mostly jokes, but I don't think people understand the function of a stand-up comedian. I think that's part of it. And I always weary of people that aren't funny critiquing a comedian. Like, if you're not funny, you shouldn't talk about comedy. Like, you should critique it. If you like what you like, that's fine. But if you're not funny and people don't laugh at you and nobody's ever told you you're funny in your life, you shouldn't be talking about it.
I agree. And I think that, people need to realize that some of these topics are not going to be your flavor. I get, but people are on stage, they're making jokes, they're saying what they're saying. If you find yourself offended by a joke, then it's your fault, honestly, because it's a joke. It shouldn't be taken literally,
That's literally the thing. It is a joke in a stand-up, not a joke that a politician's telling off color, not a joke out of context in a situation where you shouldn't say it, in a place where you're literally supposed to, people are paying to watch you tell jokes.
Well, part of my issue is that a lot of people that are bitching about Dave Chappelle are supposedly pro-black and friends with black people. If you really are friends with black people and you know the culture, this is how we talk. This is how we joke. If you're gay or trans and you're black, you have heard it all. Now, some of it can be a little over the top and some of it is mean and cruel. I get all that, but the jokes never stop. And if we're being real, they have come after, and not they, but like society has come after many African-American comedian when they get to a certain level, when they start making these jokes. Eddie Murphy was probably the most recent or the most famous of them all, who kind of essentially stopped. And he even got caught with the trans woman. I remember that. Man, I don't know. But either way, he was actually on their side. Richard Pryor was gay as hell. And he used to make jokes about it all the time. This is part of our culture. Is it right? It probably ain't. Just like the amount of bacon we eat ain't right. The amount of sugar we intake ain't right. But God damn it, we still do it. This is who we are. So
the arguments they make, besides the Uncle Tom, Candace Owen argument, what about the black trans too? Bro, don't do that.
Man, they've been firing off jokes and head jokes.
Yeah, you
all their life, yo.
Because we're talking
all
about
their life.
That's a very small percentage. And what you're trying to do, and I'm not gonna fall into the trap so they can say I'm anti-trans if I break down some facts. I'm not gonna do that.
Shit. It's never been culturally accepted. Universally, it has never been our thing.
But the thing though, you can make the same arguments. First of all, I don't think a stand-up comedian's ever caused violence ever, because everybody understands context.
Yeah.
So, but you can make the same context about the things that he says about women. Women are a greatly oppressed group throughout history, throughout America, throughout the world. You can make the same case that he says about black people, that he's making fun of us. And he's making fun of the criminal justice system. He's making fun of drugs coming into the neighborhoods. He's making fun of mass incarceration. He's making fun of poor white people who have, on some level, of no fault of their own, got addicted to opioids and been taken advantage of. And he's making fun of them. Why is it okay to make fun of all those other groups, but not make fun of trans people? That's what I don't understand. I would not do it. I have taken the stance in the group. I don't let trans jokes go through. I told them, I said, it's not my thing, but I respect everybody's right to be who they say they are, but I'm not going to pile on. But he's a comedian and he doesn't want to be restricted. And if they had let it go, it probably wouldn't have come up.
I just want to say, as an aspiring stand-up comedian, I was in an awkward situation where I had a gay woman and a trans woman or man. I had a trans woman make jokes on me when it was back-to-back weeks. I went in front of the gay woman. She made jokes on me after I left the stage. I went in front of the trans woman, and she made jokes on me after I left the stage. So the third week I came back, I had a whole set for their ass, and I ripped both of them. And I said, I don't give a damn. I don't make enough money to care about being canceled. And two, where I'm from, if you make jokes on me, I'm gonna make jokes on you. There is nothing off limits. My father's a preacher. I got mad jokes about God and church and all this and that. And again, all that stuff's acceptable. Everybody laughs, but when it hits close to home, nobody wants to. They got a problem with it. I don't have a problem with white people telling black jokes. They just suck generally. Yeah. So if they're good, I laugh my ass off.
And to be honest with you, a lot of the stuff I didn't laugh at. When Dave, there are things that Dave jokes about. He jokes about molestation. He's done it on more than one occasion. He jokes about rape. He jokes about trans. He jokes about gays. He jokes about blacks. He jokes about drugs. I don't laugh at every single joke. He's an amazing storyteller, so he always has my attention. I don't laugh at every joke, and I think some are too far, but I am going there because I want to see a comedian push the envelope. And if they feel like they need to pull it back, okay. But that's why I am going there, or I am listening, because I want to see them say the things that nobody else says. And if you're trying to take that away from someone, I don't agree with you. I do not agree with you. And then too, when you talk about cancel culture and politically correctness, and they groan when you hear that, but sometimes it really does happen. No one can live by that standard. As you saw, I don't know if you saw that, but the lady that was leading the Netflix, I guess, protest against them had said horrible things about Asian people on Twitter. And so, like, can you even live by the standard that you're making? Or should we understand that this is a form of entertainment? And this is a form of entertainment, and you shouldn't be taking it seriously. If he says it outside of it, maybe, but you shouldn't be taking it seriously and quoting somebody from a comedy show. It's just jokes. And if they aren't funny, I don't care what the joke is. Is it funny or is it not? That's the only thing. Whether it be a Nazi joke, an Anne Frank joke, a black joke, a rape joke, or whatever. There are some jokes that make me squeal and squeamish, and I either don't follow the comedian or I just hope they get off that subject, you know?
I agree. Just America's a bunch of pussies.
And then when
it's the nicest way to say it. And it's on both sides.
It is. And it's so funny. And the comedian, Hannah Gadsby, I guess that's her name, or Gadsby or whatever. She, they said he was attacking her. He made a damn joke. Do we understand what jokes are? She attacked him first if we were doing it, but he said one of the conditions of meeting them was to say that she wasn't funny. Bro, that's called hyperbole. Do you really think they had to say that? So why would you take that seriously? And maybe he doesn't think she's funny, but you wouldn't know because he was doing a stand-up and he was joking.
You know what's even wilder? The wildest thing about all that is she got super offensive and he ripped Candace Owens and she was like, oh shit, Chappelle shouted me out.
Too. I almost posted it. I said Candace Owens, who he was joking, but it was vulgar. It was disgusting.
Yeah, it was kind of serious.
It was wrong. I can't stand Candace Owens. And I was like, man, that's a lot. Yeah, I wouldn't disrespect a woman like that.
Oh, fuck that. Hit her again.
And she said, this is what comedians do. So if you wonder why we have more respect a lot of times for black people, we don't roll with them, but we have more respect for conservatives than we do for liberals, because you're inconsistent and you're weak, and that can't be respected. You just say you're on our side, but then when it comes down to it, with stuff like this and stuff like the NFL thing with the emails, you're not really on our side. You got 20 other groups. You advocate when we're in the spotlight, but you got 20 other groups you put in front of us. A real ally, just shut up, if nothing else.
Always conditional.
If Asians and Hispanics were beefing, I wouldn't jump in it. I was like, look, y'all do y'all thing. Because I'm not Asian and I'm Hispanic, and I know both y'all don't get treated great. I ain't in it. But they got to take a side. If gay folks and who's another group that they would, I don't know, and women, I guess if male gay guys if lesbians